Hello, it's sisterguard here. Hopefully having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back staying rise because we have brand new battle pass, brand new gotchas, brand new codes, and a bunch more stuff. So before we get into it, please make sure you smash the like button, do the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it a lot, and we're gonna get right on into it. So first things first, brand new codes. Let's get those out of the way. We have Ghoul Pass and Desert Check. That actually kind of leads us into what is going on. So there is a brand new battle pass. It is the Ghoul Battle Pass. And Desert Check, now checkpoints have been added. So we'll get into everything that they have added. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, tokens. And we got the new tokens too, which will help us out. So first things first, let's go ahead and get the battle pass done so we can see how OP some of these guys are. Those are interesting. All right. Kind of scrolling through here. I'm going to go ahead and claim all the stuff I have so we can get the whole thing unlocked. I do want y'all to be aware, as a content creator, I do get premium for free, as do all of the other content creators. So just want y'all to keep that in mind. We do get all that good jazz for free. So give me just a moment and we'll get all this claimed up. I do also want to remind y'all that we do have a new max level now as well. So make sure you're using your XP potions. The setup you're going to be using is player stats. It's Fang of Domination, Eternal Dune Core, Iron Fang, and Artifact Shield, which the new max level I do believe is 650. Yeah, 650. Max stats is 500. So I do have some quests we can go ahead and knock out because I've kind of had them for a while. I've got all my potions and stuff equipped. There is also, I know a lot of people have been posting about the really cheeky method that you can do inside dungeons and get millions of XP. I don't need to go do that. I'm 2 levels away. I still have tons of stuff to claim. And I'm max level already. Easy. So let's go ahead and go on over this battle pass. I'm already at 107. Now, just a reminder, these extra levels are for bonus tokens, I believe. I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to go get max, but we'll have to check. Okay, let's go ahead and hit claim all. Lots of goodies. Apparently I'm max on some stuff, so we'll have to see about that. I also broke my game. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the new craftable stuff. So they do have old battle passes, but we want the new one. So there is Ghoul Reaper. That is the brand new title we can get with this. So let's go ahead and pick that up. That is going to give you, if you go over here to sub, Ghoul Reaper, drop chance, best in shadow level. All right. That's not bad. We go and equip that. Yeah, so without a damage potion, mind you, there's more ways we're going to get more OP here in just a second. I haven't gone to. Yeah, that's a big upgrade. We also have just 2 new shadows. Nope, there's a 3rd. He's down there. He's hiding. So let's go ahead and pick up the 3 shadows you can get. I'll go ahead and get them statted up. There also is what looks like a scythe. A dove scythe. Interesting. We also do have 2 new mounts. I'm not going to show these off. It is a giant serpent. Okay. But special token. How do we get a special token? That one's a little new. Free special token is 110. Well, lucky for the game, I have quite a few expeditions saved up. So let me go ahead and claim that. We can go ahead and get a sword. So technically the battle pass is up to 110 now. Interesting. Grab that. What is a dove scythe? It is a HGM scythe. Oh my. What is the stats on it? Oh my god. Okay, let me stat up both sets real quick and we'll check them out. Okay, so new dragon. He looks really cool. I'm going to show off just these 2 mounts just because I'm swimming through it. There is the new serpent. Not sure how I feel about that. That one looks a little weird, not gonna lie. Dragon actually looks pretty decent. Hello. So I apparently forgot to hit the record button after that clip when I was getting everything leveled up and testing everything and pretty much finishing the entirety of the video. So we're gonna talk about that scythe first, because I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, so OP. Not really, no. Which I shouldn't have that equipped. I should have that equipped. So this scythe is best weapon in game for both doing damage and for shadow damage. I will tell you, with it as a damage or weapon damage setup would be the proper term there. It was doing about 1 octillion in damage without a potion, which I'm gonna be honest, was a hair sad. Even with me having it full weapon damage, it was not great. What I would recommend doing with it, and what I'm using it for currently, and by the way, my damage with my shadows currently is 20 octillion, is go ahead and outfit it with these crystals. So it's the Crimson Amethyst, so they give 15% each for shadow power. That's going to give you a 95% increase. That's the best in game currently. So I would go ahead and do that. That would be my recommendation. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is something you've seen both in the Battle Pass and popping up on the bottom of my screen. These are called mode tokens. What do mode tokens do, you're asking? Well, they are going to basically be a universal token. You can use them and exchange them for any gacha other than kaiju and soloing, which I have mentioned to the dev, hey, we don't have an exchange for that. Can we do something about that? So maybe in the future, he will allow us to exchange for those. I'll go ahead and show you both kaiju and soloing here in a minute. But the other reason we're in here is Desert now has checkpoints. You do have to reach them first. So I'm actually just trying to come in here to reach them. The one contingency in this is that all players have had to have reached that wave. Which, this is really good if you're trying to farm to get, say, relics or tokens. You kind of go to a checkpoint that everyone's gotten to. But yeah, there is a checkpoint every 30 waves now. So I'm just going to hit the wave 90 and then we'll go ahead and yeet ourselves on out of here. Another thing to note, token drops have increased in general. So if you're looking for stuff like that, there's that. There's HGM plus weapons. They currently have a GM plus dungeon going on. I'm not going to go do that because I don't care. Because we've already determined weapons are poo-poo. Another thing to note, there is more guild buffs. So we go on over here to guild, go to upgrades. There is more players. You're now going to have up to 110 players in your guild. Shadow boost has now gone up to 220. And weapon damage is now up to 220 as well. So there you go. Let me get to wave 90 so that I can unlock my checkpoint. I'll kind of show you all the checkpoint. And I can show you the damage with the weapon. I do have a potion going, but that was from Castle, which I can show you all that as well here in just a moment. Once I show y'all where the new gachas are, because the new gachas are not in the shop. I don't know why they're not in the shop, but they're not in the shop. So let's check out that shadow damage first, just so I can flex. But I do have a potion going, so it is going to be a little bit more. So it was 20 octillion with shadow general and a potion going. The weapon by itself was like 1. It was sad. And that was with, by the way, with me getting the new GM relics, by the way, which we now can get GM relics. Yeah. Those are expensive. If you go over to the upgrader, they're going to be costing you nearly 2,000 common dust, and you're going to be looking at 12 cores. So, yay. So the brand new checkpoints are over here. Basically, when you create it, you are able to set a checkpoint that you have been to. So it's going to send me to a wave 90 because we already have that unlocked. But let's go ahead and take at those new gachas. So solo leveling over here, it's got weapons and shadow. So the first one does take 5, and then it requires 25 levels to start, and then they start progressing up after that. I don't know what the max is. I don't have enough tokens to be able to test that, and we don't have an exchange thingy. So I will have to find that for y'all. And I will probably make that tomorrow's videos. I'll go max those out as best I can. And then let's go over to the kaiju one. The kaiju one is also on the ground. You can't go to the gacha area and pick it up. You have to go get to the actual spawn location, which I'm kind of like, meh. Like, I understand why you did it, but I need an exchange thing. There is currently no way to exchange for those gachas currently. So I hope he does that at some point in the future. But if you go over here to Kaiju Island, which is the one with the giant face on it, go over here. He's right here. He is also weapon and shadow. He starts at 100 and level 125, and his is a 7% buff, not a 5% buff. So there is a dungeon currently going on. I'm not going to do that. Another thing to note, the storms, which I had one earlier, and I really wish my recording hadn't died on me. But the storms now also drop those mode tokens. So they are universal tokens. Just think of them like that. So there is one last thing I want to show y'all, and it has to do with Castle and the new speed up feature. So I'm going to explain how it works, how you should do it, all that. For those of you wanting to know where to get mode tokens you can get in Castle Deserts. I do believe Infinite Castle as well. And basically they're just meant to be universal. So if you're AFKing, it's basically so people can easily get stuff, because it was such a pain in the butt. And I completely agree. I'm glad he did it. But yeah, so I do apologize that my recording decided to go yeet itself off of a cliff. But yeah, the new shadows are OP. Honestly, the thing that's probably more OP, and this thing's going to be with us for a minute, is this. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think Pydos realized what he did when he did that. Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about before we get in there, and that is the changes they've made to the castle, the Infernal Castle speed. So this is to help us when we are stuck on those high floors that take an hour to get through. This is for that. You do not want to use this feature when you are running up the castle, because it will eat your timer. It will also eat your potions, and you cannot change the speed on it very quickly. So I will show y'all what happens when you use it. I want to specify this so y'all listen. All right. So you can use this one of two ways. You can use it while you're running up, after you've done your run up and when you're situated, or you can use this if you are just going in to farm gems for your guild. So you can pick a checkpoint. We go on in, you get past the first floor and we get to this room. So I want y'all to watch. So my damage is about bouncing between 15 to 20 OCD. Okay. When I hit 2, what it's going to do is it's going to start increasing my damage, because everything in the lobby is moving at 2 times speed. My potion in the bottom right hand corner is going down by 2 seconds at a time. The timer is going down 2 times faster. So this is really good when you start hitting those floors. Now I'm going to give you a big hint. You cannot change speeds but once a minute. Okay. There is a 1-minute cooldown timer on changing the speed. So if you get into Castle and accidentally hit the button that says, I'm going to make this go 4 times, and you're at the very beginning, you are stuck like that for a minute. What I would do at that point is exit, wait a minute, and then go back. So I'm going to be honest, this is super OP also for gem farming, because you only have 16 minutes to start. With the 4 times speed on, that means you can do Castle 4 times in the 15-minute timer, probably 3. So this is stupidly OP. It will help out a lot of people, all that. So guys, I believe that's most of the update. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the kaiju upgrades so we can get that. That's a different mechanic. I kind of like that because it's not as RNG. So we have a drop boost right now. I would use it, guys, because tokens are affected by drop chance. So I actually have to redo all of my stuff, because all of my drop stuff is so outdated. Not even funny. So I'm gonna leave y'all here. I gotta farm for gems. And yeah. Oh, by the way, that GM plus dungeon that's spawning, that's just the admin abuse. So we're not going to be seeing those again for a while. So hopefully y'all are utilizing them and not doing what I'm doing and not doing them. I'll see y'all next time.